You told me
For
that
like
you...
an opening.
Oh, for an
A
opening.
way to get us into this episode.
Okay, well,
Holy
I do.
crap.
I have something, I think.
Go for it. Jeez. Of course I have things to talk about. It's our show. It's what we do. We talk about things.
Yeah, but like we don't know what we're doing. I never know what's going on in your head.
Start the show.
All right, I'm Andrew. He's Drew.
I'm Drew. Hello.
And this is our podcast opening. Anyway, so what I'm gonna
that's it. To all those out there that really wanted us to square up our podcast opening, that's our new podcast.
That's our podcast. This is our podcast opening. So what I'm going to open with today is for our avid listeners in a recent video, which I'm sure will be specifically included somewhere on screen, if not at the end.
It's going to be in the description.
Probably.
For those who are in the YouTube space.
Yes. Back in April, I believe it was April 22nd when we recorded it.
It was, because we said that in the episode.
It was in the episode. It was April 22nd. I was bragging about how I knew when Drew's birthday was, and I then went on vacation and forgot his birthday and did not. So yeah, on May 15th, I was out and about living life.
Missed the ball.
Dropped the ball entirely. Until
is that when you got drunk and bought candy?
No, I was in Pittsburgh on the 15th, so I don't even have the. Yeah, I'm getting to that story. I wasn't even drunk. I don't even have that excuse. I just completely forgot. Didn't say anything till like the 18th. Like you can ask Casey. I was laying in bed and my face just dropped. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, I looked at her real slow, like dramatically. I was like, "I didn't wish Drew a happy birthday," and she's like, "Oh no!" And I text him. He's like, "Hey, I messed up," and I knew I was gonna like. Because I was bragging about it. Like, yeah, I know your birthday is, fucker.
Know. Yeah.
Of course I know. Why would I forget? Then I forgot. So
yeah, why would you forget?
In my defense, in my defense.
Here come the excuses, everybody.
In my defense, the combination of kind of summertime, not in school, and on vacation, I had no idea what day was what that whole week. I wasn't keeping track of dates. It could have been in the middle of July. I wouldn't have noticed.
Right.
And then also in my defense, you are really not into the social media thing. I didn't get a Facebook notification of someone's birthday because you're not on Facebook.
Right.
And you are so low on my Snapchat feed that I didn't see birthday emoji because we snap like once a month. So I didn't get the crutch that everyone else now has with social media because there'd be more people who forget if they didn't have the reminders. But
sure,
I accept shame.
Yeah, I mean, I remembered your birthday.
Yes, you did.
I don't have that crutch because I don't have any social media. So wild.
Okay,
weird.
Okay, but like. My birthday's different, and it's different because it's the same day as our roommate's birthday. So like it's easy. It's like it's 2 in 1.
Yeah. Okay.
That is different. If it was if it's different a little bit. But
I have it easy. That's a good one. That's a good excuse.
I accept my shame.
Yeah, I remember on my birthday, I was sitting there and I scrolled over Discord and I saw your avatar there and I'm like, wonder if I should send him a message and just say, "Hey, what's going on?" and see if he remembers. And I was like, let's see how long it takes.
Oh, like seriously, did you actually think that?
Yeah.
I was really hoping you didn't even notice.
Yeah, because I was also super stoked about something I got for my birthday, and I was like, I'm not going to tell him about it, because if I do, he'll remember. I don't think I've told you about it still.
What'd you get for your birthday?
An airbrush set for miniature painting.
Hey, that's dope.
Yeah, it's red.
It's super cool. Yeah, I went and I did check Discord on the 18th, and I was
Ooh.
like, maybe I did say something. And I went back to look at the dates. I was like,
Nope.
nope, I didn't.
Yeah, and I also got two new comics that we're gonna have to go through.
Oh, cool, awesome. What'd you get?
Um, it's from Marvel, but it's Star Wars Heroes and Villains,
Ooh.
Age of the Rebellion.
Hell
So
yeah,
it
let's
gives
do it.
a story of Tarkin, Vader, and I want to say Boba Fett. And then the other one gives a story of Leia, Han and Chewie, and Luke.
Love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I regret my oversight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do
I'm not
better.
gonna let you live it down.
I'll do better on our anniversary,
Which is?
August
Wow.
15th.
Wow.
Okay, well then when is our anniversary, Drew?
You really don't know.
Do we have an actual anniversary?
March
Like,
22nd, 2021 is the when we first posted a podcast episode.
Oh, fuck off! I was thinking like the first time we met or something.
I don't care about that. I'm
Oh.
here for the real shit.
Okay, well then yeah, of course I know that one.
Did you?
No.
I didn't know so. I didn't either. I looked it up. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated.
Okay, we've been doing this for 2 months then.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it
2
is.
months.
This is what, like 15 or something? With all of our specials and stuff?
I guess technically. So wait. I thought the one that went up this week was 9.
Yeah.
Are you not counting the movie ones as episode numbers?
Those are not in numbers, no.
Oh, okay, I wondered. I thought it had to be more than 9. So yeah, I guess so. Cool.
Wild.
We haven't run out of topics yet.
We're never gonna run out of topics.
I don't think
You know
so.
what bullshit runs through our heads?
Yeah, I just came up with one right now, but I'm gonna save it.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, so then before we move on, I'll tell the other funny story from my vacation.
Yeah, so yeah, you went on a full-on vacation. For those who are a little curious, we have those Super Fight episodes, and we recorded those one after another because we needed a backlog for
Just in
Andrew's vacation.
case. Yeah, 'cause I wasn't actually sure how long I'd be gone.
Yeah.
But yes, I went to Rehoboth Beach in Delaware with my girlfriend, and
Hell
it was
yeah.
awesome. It was dope. It was
Awesome and dope.
It was awesome and dope. And
Whoa.
we were worried it was going to be too cold, but like the weather was fine. The water was definitely cold, but like it was fun. But like
I mean, it's still May.
right, oh yeah. But I had never been to like a beach on the East Coast. I've been to beaches like in Florida.
Right.
And as
More in the
kids,
South.
like me and my siblings, we'd like to play like get beat up by the waves, where you just get smacked around a little bit. Like it's fun, and you're getting washed up on the shore. This was like prison waves. Like I was truly beat up. Like I got a black eye. I was just playing in it and having fun and trying to get to that sweet spot where you just jump up and down with it. And coming back in, I was wearing new goggles because my eyes are sensitive and saltwater burns.
Mhm.
So I was wearing cool new goggles, and I was getting just hit and slapped, and you hold your breath and all that good shit. But then one came in that I was not expecting, and I got like flipped upside down, landed on my face, and I you can see it on the goggles. There's a great big scratch from where my face made contact with the ground, but it bruised my eye, so I had a black eye all week.
How did I not see that? Universe, you were playing some cruel jokes, not putting that on film, or not putting me right there to see it.
I told Casey I wish she would have recorded it. I really do, because it was I feel like my feet probably were sticking out of the ground. Like, I mean,
Out of the
water, out of the ground.
Out of the ground.
But yeah, like, and then we went back the next day, and we went to a little further down the beach, and I was getting all these awesome shells, but like it was really rocky where I was, and I was getting beat up again, and I was thinking, I could probably take a couple more, and then I thought, no, because if I get hit with one like I did yesterday, and I face plant a pile of rocks, that's gonna be worse. So I called it early that day.
Sure.
But otherwise, it was a great trip, and I saw dolphins out in the distance and shit like that. But the last day we were there, last night, we went to this Mexican restaurant. I had something called a creamsicle, which was vodka and like orange ice cream. It was only one drink, but I'm a small person who is very weak, and so I was a comfortable drunk for like 3 hours, and I decided to go shopping. We passed on our way back to our motel a candy shop, and I wanted to get my mom some fudge. So I went in because she loves fudge. So I got her a piece of fudge, and it had a wall of saltwater taffy. Individual pieces, so many flavors, and in my drunken state, I just wanted to try one, but I couldn't decide. So I did what I thought at the time was the most logical thing, and I bought 2 pounds of taffy. It was their biggest product they had. It was a box filled to the brim with it. Like there's nothing on. It's not like organized or anything. It's just a box filled with taffy, 2 pounds worth, and I thought it was the best idea. I thought I was doing it. I don't even like taffy. There was no reason for this. I lost it the next day when I woke up and I looked over and I saw that box. I was like, motherfucker, why did you do that? I've got taffy until Christmas of 2025.
I think my favorite aspect of the story is knowing that not only, like, you looked up at this wall of taffy and said, yeah, I'm getting all of them. And the responsible one beside you, being your girlfriend, said, yeah, that's a great idea.
She had an alcoholic beverage as well, so she thought it was a great idea as well. See, and in the moment, I thought, because like you could pick up pieces and like make a bag, and it was like, yeah, it was like $10 a pound or something. And the box I bought was only $20, so like I wasn't out anything, but it's still stupid because I don't like taffy. But I figured if I go and pick pieces, I'm gonna have uneven amounts, and I'm not gonna know. So I might as well just buy this massive ass box of taffy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was my trip, and my eye has healed, and I didn't get sunburned. Oh, I bought a hoodie as well before. We hit Target on the way out. I bought this awesome Captain America hoodie. It was on sale. It was really soft and comfy. I saw the back of it first, and it's not a Captain America hoodie. It's a Blue Jackets hoodie.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not into sports. So
I mean, Blue Jackets are fine though.
Yeah, they're fine. Like, I don't care. But like,
bad...
I was super excited, and then I saw it was Blue Jackets. Like, yeah, whatever, I'll buy it anyway. What's funny about that is I was meeting my girlfriend's family for the first time, and they are big Pittsburgh Penguins fans.
Oh.
So she was like, how the hell are you going to go your whole life not owning a single piece of hockey anything, and then as soon as you're going to come meet my Pittsburgh Penguin fans family, you're going to wear a Blue Jackets hoodie?
The wrong team.
I was like, it's soft.
The logo's cool.
Yeah, so those are the highlights, podcast worthy stories of my trip.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. What did I do in this
what did you do?
I edited some podcasts,
Hell
you know, continuing to do all of the work for this collaborative project. That's about it. Nothing really exciting happened. It was just kind of a standard every day. I mean, I had my birthday, so like, that's exciting.
Yeah, you did.
But outside of that, no, nothing new.
We're gonna have to celebrate. Oh, we're gonna take you out for lunch.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. Come pick me up. We'll be good.
Shit. I'll DoorDash you lunch.
It doesn't exist in my town.
I'll send you pizza from that pizza place.
Which one?
I'll Google it.
Sarah's?
Was it Sarah's?
I think so. They had the really good pizza.
Is that the place we got pizza from before noon?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But Sarah's closed.
Oh, God damn.
So if it was Sarah's, like...
COVID?
They have another location somewhere that's like 10 minutes the other way. So they closed the one in town. So I guess you could still send me a Sarah's pizza.
Okay, cool. I'll send you a Sarah's pizza.
Yeah. If anyone's ever in Southwest Ohio, go to West Ella, get Sarah's pizza. Shit's delicious.
Cool.
You know it's good because the business that is still open, the building that's still open, is a house that they converted into a restaurant.
Oh heck yeah, that's the best.
Like, yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, I got new dice. That's
hell
pretty
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I have 3 new sets of dice, each for specific characters. I have one set of dice for my orcish NPC, Skug.
Ooh
Uh,
yeah.
I've got one for my my elven warlock NPC, Grimriel, and one
Cool.
for a new character I'm playing in an upcoming game
Oh my.
known as Caspian Havend.
Ooh.
So
That's
yeah,
fun.
exciting.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was just a normal day doing what I do.
Sounds dope.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go some summer adventures, add some stories to our
Had some stories.
channel.
Sure.
What you got for me tonight? I'm not even gonna break out my topics.
Oh,
gonna
it's just
gonna-
my ideas.
You're just gonna jump into it. I mean, if you find you don't have any, I'm just gonna pick one and we're gonna talk about it.
Cool. I mean, I've got a few that I've come up with.
Okay, you go for it.
Sure. The first one that I'm into. I'm into this. You know that I'm a huge fan of plague doctors, right?
Yes, I have noticed.
Right. There's something I really like birds and that and medieval fantasy. You got like the Raven doctors and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What other, like, in history or in fantasy or whatever, what other animal themed like masks are prevalent, and which ones would like do they have any cool powers? Because like if you look at plague doctors in the historical context, they're just kind of like shitty doctors that throw incense at people who are dying.
Uh-huh.
But like in fantasy, they're all these like alchemists who, you know, they mix potions and stuff like that. It's never really a magic thing outside of maybe like voodoo.
Mm.
Is there like a in a world with a witch doctor being an alchemist, right? Or a plague doctor. I play too much Dota. A plague doctor being an alchemist. What other animal attributes would there be? Or animal masked beings would there be? And what would their jobs be? Because I can think like the easy one is like a nice metal lion's mask being the king.
Right.
Or something like that.
Warrior
Or like, you
kind
know,
of thing. Like
tiger masks being hunters and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I want to get into the unique ones with your ideas of crazy animals.
Well, I know that I know. Sometimes I don't know how much is real and how much is just movies, but I did take an ancient Egyptian class.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
I believe I'm correct in saying that priests of one kind or another wore Anubis headdresses when
Sure.
the mummification process was being. So Anubis is the Egyptian god of death or something.
The
Mummification.
underworld or
He's
something?
a
Yeah.
jackal. So they wore jackal headdresses,
Okay.
and they had. So that's the first thing I can think of, an animal with some sort of context or connotation that is different. That could be, you know, I've never seen that continued over into any kind of pop culture. Some dude who's like associated with death and he wears
That's cool. Like
an
a
Anubis head
necromancer.
yeah, like I mean, but like the plague doctor thing is definitely expanded over into lots of stuff.
Right.
But I've, other than like, you know, the Mummy Returns and maybe some sort of obscure show or story I've not seen, the Egyptian stuff has not really become prominent, even though it honestly
Right.
hasn't. It doesn't even like come and go. It's always been like a consistent C-D level thing. Like we know of the Mummy, we love our Mummy movies and the horror of it, and like silly little cartoons now and then. But it'd be cool if Anubis was brought into stuff more often, because I don't know if they did headdresses with Ra or Horus or Tote. I imagine maybe they did, but I don't know for what reason. So
Right.
my first
Yeah,
person I'd
that
add to
goes
the
into the,
table,
like-
it would be Anubis and the jackal headdress.
Okay. A jackal headdress for people who deal with death and ceremony, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's got to be one in Greece, or Greek mythology. I know that sometimes Hercules wore the Nemean lion like a headdress, but you already said the
Right.
lion.
I mean, is just the concept of the Minotaur.
That's true. I was thinking
It's not
there had
really
to
a
have been
hat, but
someone who wore like a bull. What about how often do horns get integrated into real helmets? And is like, does it depend on the kind
oh,
of
and
horn?
like the fake Viking thing.
Yeah, like I don't know
Yeah.
how if any of those were real.
Uh, I don't know. I know that in ancient Japan, the samurai would adorn their helmets with, horns or sigils or something, but it was less like off the side and more in the like center forehead area.
Hmm. They would also
But
put
that would still be
flowers on
like,
their helmets in case their head got cut off.
mhm, right. That would be more of a like it's less horns in the helmet and more just an artifact in the center.
Hmm.
Um, of like a like I don't know,
Like Magneto's helmet,
representation of an
like a
animal.
horn, like right in the
Right.
middle.
Yeah.
So okay, what else do you got? You got
But
any other animal things?
um I've always liked the idea of like foxes being something.
Oh, okay.
But every time I think about foxes, outside of like, the cunning and sly uh connotations that are there isn't really anything that uses foxes very well.
Not really. They're really only a part of that context.
Hmm.
Did you say we could also include fiction?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, then the Court of Owls. Easy.
Sure, right. Yeah.
I've got one of those. I've got it right here actually. I have a Court of Owls mask. I think those are creepy as hell. I love the Court of Owls story.
Hmm.
Um, well, going off of that, I mean, I like the Black Panther helmets in the live action movies. I think they're really cool and detailed because it's so like ceremonial, more so than it
Hmm.
is like superhero esque. So those are cool. But I can't think of any other real world examples. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
right.
forgetting one,
I mean, we're forgetting so many,
probably.
but it's just so it's weird, like because if you think back to Plague Doctors, they don't look like that because they wanted to emulate birds, and
Right.
there's nothing to do with birds, but it's just evolved into that. I don't know. It just there was something about that where it was like, is there anything else out there
Hmm.
that's similar? And yeah, here we are.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably think of one tomorrow at like 8 in the
Right.
morning.
Yeah.
That's a good question because I imagine there's got to be more stuff. I was thinking of just masks in general, and
Hmm.
I had seen a couple months ago on the internet what old beekeepers used to look like, and they wore like
Ooh.
baskets.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I knew about this. Yeah.
yeah, like that's an interesting mask thing that I feel like should be brought over more often because it's just as weird and old timey as the Plague Doctors, and it could absolutely
Or
be creepy if they
the
wanted it to be.
old like scuba
Yes,
helmets.
those are good ones.
Hmm.
I really like those. Those are creepy as hell, but like
Have you
fun and
seen
retro-y.
I'm never mind. In the SpongeBob movie,
Nope.
there's a human who they call him the Cyclops, and he's this like big horror villain. And he's got the full on scuba thing, and he wears it like out on land all the time.
Hmm.
But it is cool to see like that in a like actual scary context. And of course,
Yeah.
it's no horror movie scary. It's still a
Right.
kids movie, but yeah. Isn't there a haunted scuba diver in Scooby Doo? That's like
I
one
was
of the
just
main
gonna say,
villains.
in one of the live action movies, when they bring all the monsters back to life, that was one of the ones that came back to life. Was one of
Yeah,
the submarine ghost or something.
right. I think it was a reference to one of like the first Scooby Doo episodes. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
like seeing that it's in the intro. That's what it is.
All of
The
those
original intro.
monsters that were brought back to life in that live action movie, those were all classics from
Hmm.
the early cartoons, which was really cool that they did that. I like Scooby Doo's monsters.
Yeah, they're. I wish more of them would be real monsters.
Me too. I like it when there's my favorite Scooby Doo movie is like Scooby Doo versus the Goblin King or something, where
Okay.
Shaggy and Scooby actually go to the world of monsters and fairies, and they've got all these magic cards to play with, and eventually Fred, Velma, and Daphne get turned into monsters. Like that was just so much fun.
Yeah. I was
It's
always
just
afraid of the Scooby Doo something something cyber chase one,
oh yeah,
where like they get caught in video games
uh-huh.
and then this just like electric monster
Big
wreaks
blue
havoc.
lightning looking dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. There was
It,
one. Uh, there was one I think from What's New Scooby Doo the show.
ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Yeah, that was a good one. But like the thing ended up being real, but it wasn't a monster. It was like coral and fish life had evolved into something new.
Oh,
So
interesting.
they ended up so Daphne or Fred's like, so wait, the monster was real? And Velma's like, it's not a monster, it's just nature. And it went back to the ocean or whatever, and it wasn't trying to cause any issues. Because I think it was in tandem with someone who was doing the classic dressing up as a monster to scare you
Yeah.
for the insurance or something. But it was cool to see something that was real.
Do you remember the Tiki Island one?
Vaguely, I don't. I remember
Me
not
too.
watching that one as much. Oh, wait. The live action or the animated one?
No, animated.
Oh, animated? Then no, not really. The island one, live action one, absolutely.
Yeah. No, the animated one, all I remember from it is there were like I think it was Hawaiian and they were partying on an island next to a volcano and it started to erupt and then these
Mm-hmm.
like
Tiki
little like three
creatures.
yeah, 2 foot tall tiki creatures came out and stole people or whatever.
Yeah. See, I liked my favorite of the Scooby Doo shows so far, and I'm not like a Scooby Doo connoisseur or anything, but I watched a lot of TV as a kid. Um, my favorite, I think the best was Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated, which I
Yeah.
guess at this point it's been like 10 years or more since I started. But it had an awesome theme, a unique art style. Every monster was somehow clever and fun and different. And it ended up, the ending was so weird, but like it ended up making every episode of Scooby Doo canon in one way or another. And sometimes they walk that line between like it's not the monster, but this thing is real. Like in the old days, it was always
The mayor
the
or
mayor, the banker,
the
the
waiter. Yeah.
disgruntled cop, like, and they're just a costume. But like in the even in the early seasons, like the Humungonauts were two twin brother strongmen from a circus who ended up being real estate agents, competing real estate agents. So like the super strength was real, and then there was one where like it was a giant cicada made of a bunch of little cicadas, and what it was a lady was using sound waves to like put them in certain spots. So like it wasn't a cicada monster, but it was actually made of real cicadas, and it just had an extra layer of like this is ridiculous and cool and creepy instead of just I'm the landlord and I went to Party City and I picked up this werewolf mask.
Right. Right. Yeah, I all of the ones that I always think about are the ones that are like way too much effort for what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like you're about to, close down the library, so I built a pterodactyl to fly around the
Uh-huh.
town in. Like, really? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Uh,
There was a robot Scooby as well in Mystery Incorporated. That thing actually was terrifying. That was scary. The real thing was scarier than some of the monsters they faced in the early days.
do you remember the like kid version?
Yeah, I didn't like it, but yeah. And there's that character like Red Herring, and Fred always thought he was the one who was doing it, and it was never him, of course.
Right.
Did you see the Cartoon Network live action movies they made, where it was like they were all in high school, and I think the first one actually was real because there was magic and ghosts, and then they made a sequel that was at Lake Erie because they live in Ohio.
Uh, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it now.
Yeah, but they were all right.
Yeah.
I've not seen any of the recent stuff. I've seen there's been another live action movie
Yeah.
and then the latest cartoon, which I am not a fan of because
that's what I was gonna ask about because they made Velma like snippy and weird.
what's wrong with like. Well, in Mystery Incorporated, she's got like a very annoyed, dry humor kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's just so fucking stupid, and she's just
No,
over it.
they like amplified that.
Oh God, that's
Yeah,
why.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't watched it. I've only seen some clips.
I
So,
haven't
like,
watched any of it. I just saw the art style, and I was like, so this is just. It was like several years ago now, where like everything looked the same. So maybe the one they'll make in the next 10 years. I haven't seen the movie Scoob yet either, but I've heard it was good.
I need to see that too.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, because I like that gang of characters, like, and I like, especially in Mystery Incorporated, how they really got fleshed out. Daphne was more explored. She's not just a damsel in distress. She's like full of like even in What's New Scooby Doo, she was the one who like knew karate, and she was taking care of everybody, and she knew her shit. Velma was getting more things to do rather than just be the nerdy one, and Fred had more chances to actually be a leader. So I wonder. I imagine the latest is just backtracked all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a fun little gang of characters. One of my favorite fourth wall break kind of things across all cartoons ever was I think the ninja animated What's New Scooby Doo movie, and it's like they're surrounded by like robot ninjas or something, very very on point, and it's like Ruh-roh and Zoinks, Jeepers, Jinkies, and Fred gets there and he pauses. He's like, "Dang it, I still don't have a catchphrase." That's just perfect. That's fantastic.
Andrew,
Yes.
if you were Kirby, what would you eat?
Kirby? Oh God.
Yeah.
How long do his powers last?
If you were until you get hit.
By
Something that's swinging. I don't know.
hmm. I would eat a dragonfly,
Ooh.
and then I'd be a half dragonfly man for however long.
Yeah, I like that.
I'd have to catch
That's
it
a good
first, but
I mean,
and
you
then
could
I'd
like
eat it.
you can suck with the force of 25 vacuums. I think you can
Okay.
catch a dragonfly.
Am I now Kirby, or do I just have the powers of Kirby?
No, you're Kirby.
Oh, I'm Kirby. I'm just walking around as Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of thinking I'd be like a humanoid dragonfly, but
No, you're a curb fly.
a curb fly. Okay, well then I guess since he can do whatever, I'd eat a car. Be like a transformer.
That's like a thing already.
Does he do that a lot?
If you eat a car, you get the wheel power, which
Ah.
lets you transform into a wheel.
Oh, that's lame. Okay, I'd turn
It's-
into a wheel and I'd roll somewhere with more options.
It's one of the best powers in the games, but
Okay, I would eat a shark,
become Sharkbee.
shark bee,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd eat that new spaceship that can warp space time.
Yeah.
Travel. I'd travel through space.
And be super light speed Kirby.
Yeah, could he not? Could he theoretically eat light?
Mm,
Like, what are the rules
I
with
mean-
what Kirby can eat?
there's a plasma monster he could eat.
Could he eat a firework?
the- Yeah, firework is a power. And
Okay, cool. What else would
I
I eat?
think. Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
What happens if you eat a dead guy?
Depends on what they were.
Like, so you'd get whatever abilities maybe that dead person had. You
Yep.
wouldn't just be dead Kirby.
Correct.
Wow. What if you ate Kirby?
You actually, that's a thing. All this has happened.
Oh wow.
Nothing. You just become a Kirby, and which negates
Kirby,
everything.
Kirby. Okay. What if you ate? Could you eat the ocean?
Not the whole thing.
Not the whole thing. Okay.
You could drink some water and do nothing.
Okay. What if you eat lava?
Then you become Lava Kirby. Or
Okay.
maybe you just default to Fire Kirby, but I think Lava Kirby's a thing.
What if you can get lucky enough to like grab a bolt of lightning in your mouth?
There is Lightning Kirby. I think it just
Alright.
defaults to Plasma Kirby in
Could you eat
the games
a
I know.
tornado?
There's Tornado Kirby.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, I've never played this game, so I don't know.
this game as if it's not a series of like 40 games.
Series of games.
And for those out there who know more about this than I do, I only know Smash Brothers, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Kirby Superstar Ultra, and Kirby's Adventures in Dreamland.
I would eat Kevin Feige.
Okay.
And I would obtain all of the knowledge of what the Marvel movies have to come. And I'd have an edge on everyone else. And then I would incorporate that into our podcast and movie videos. And I would be an amazing prediction machine.
And you would look like 40% like him.
Yep. Can you spit things back out? Or have I just killed Kevin Feige for my benefit?
Most of the time with creatures, I don't know. It depends on how substantial they are. There's some, like in Smash, for example, you can eat somebody, swallow them, and then they just kind of pop out, and you have their power. In the Kirby games, when you swallow them, they're gone.
Oh no. So Kirby is basically a cute Venom. Like, yeah. He consumes things, but then he can also like merge with things. I think I'd rather have the symbiote though than to be eaten by Kirby.
What I've seen in like assuming like what Kirby is, a lot of them assume that he's like an organism of like stem cells ready to be written. Oh. So whatever he eats, his cells can then morph to. And what makes them special is they don't stop. They can drop what they morph to back to a default state and then try again.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at the, anatomy of a Kirby.
How much of it would you say is like thought related?
What do you mean? Like of what you get?
Like, yeah, what if you ate somebody who believed they were a vampire? Would you become a vampire, or are his powers aware of like the fact that this person is not a vampire?
Most of the time, nothing mental passes. Okay. You're still the same Kirby. So like eating, what's his name? You just said it.
Batman?
No, you just said
vampire.
It. Nope. The real man.
Oh, Kevin Feige.
Yeah, eating Kevin Feige, you would just be a Kevin Feige person with your brain.
Oh, so I wouldn't even have his brain.
Nope.
Fine. I'll eat a vibranium shield.
Cool. Then you'd be in
Vibranium Kirby. Mm-hmm. What happens if you eat a lightsaber? Oh, plasma Kirby. Fine. I don't know what that means. I would eat the Infinity Stones. I mean,
yeah, then you'd be Infinity Kirby.
I'd have infinity burps. I'd burp, but I'd create a universe. Ooh, could he eat the Big Bang?
If he was there, maybe.
What would happen? That's insane.
Oh, and the newer Kirby game that came out on Switch. I played through that. The one where you can mix powers. That's fun.
Okay, yeah, can you just keep eating things, or do you have to pick one at a time?
It's normally one at a time. There are some that you can mix nowadays, but...
Okay, so what are the rules here? Infinity Stones by themselves versus just eating the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones. Because one thing is one thing, but then the other. You would
probably become Thanos Kirby.
Thanos Kirby, get a big chin for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, big chin and a helmet.
What if you ate Thanos while he's wearing the Infinity Gauntlet?
Then you would also just become Thanos Kirby.
But then you'd be bigger and buffer with Infinity Stones.
Kirby doesn't change size, my dude.
What if he ate the Omnitrix?
He would become Omnitrix Kirby. Like
these are dope.
Why did I do this to myself?
That's you want
to record a podcast? Yeah, sounds great.
I love it. That's dope. That's super cool. What would happen if he ate the TARDIS?
You ready for this?
No, I know what you're gonna say, but like, what would be the rules? Like, so okay. See, what I'm thinking is, you said if he eats a car, he just gets a wheel. He doesn't get an alarm or the NOS. Or, or doors or a radio. So it's like he gets certain powers based on what he eats. So what all does he get if he eats?
No,
TARDIS?
he would get a full car in that instance because there is a Rocket Kirby where he eats a rocket and becomes a rocket.
Okay. See that clears it up for me. I thought there were like
downsizing rules now.
Yeah, like something specific. Like, oh, you ate a turkey sandwich. Well, since the bread is the most prominent thing, Kirby. You're just bread Kirby.
No,
Like, there
and
was mayo on the sandwich. Like, well, it's not enough mayo, so you gotta
when
eat the mayo separately to become Mayo Kirby.
here's where it gets wild. When it comes to real food, he just eats it. Nothing happens.
Well, fine. I wonder if Upchuck was based on Kirby, because he can't eat real food in the original either.
He like I just said, he eats real food.
Right, but it doesn't do anything. Like,
Okay.
Upchuck, when he eats real food, it doesn't do anything. Just wonder if it was at all based on that. It would have been cool if it was.
I could have been. I mean, Kirby's old enough.
Yeah, he's right. How old is Kirby?
I think the first one was made late 80s.
Wow. What did he start off as?
Kirby.
I realize that, but like, is he in a Nintendo or an arcade game?
Yeah, it's a Nintendo. Wait, no, it's
Nintendo.
Capcom.
Capcom. I don't know any of them. Very late to the whole video game thing. Every time I watch Ready Player One, I'm like, I'm gonna go buy like a classic Nintendo, play all these games just to know it, to appreciate the culture, and then I get distracted
Is
by
it
something else.
Capcom? No, that's wrong. It's Kirby. It's Nintendo. Kirby is Nintendo. A
Oh,
fun
cool.
fact about Kirby, though,
Go bring it on.
when they were developing the game, which let me look it up. 92 was when the first Kirby game was released.
Cool.
But when they were developing the game, the Kirby that we have now, just
Mhm.
being a circle with a face on it,
Mhm.
was a placeholder for the original character.
Ooh,
And
that
then
is
they-
cool.
And then they looked at it and said, "Hold on, we love this guy."
Oh, I
and
love that.
yeah, and now we have Kirby.
That's the best shit, man. When things just
Mhm.
accidentally themselves into being perfect.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff. Speaking of like video games and going off of what I said, like from like the Ready Player One thing,
Sure.
what are like your favorite video games? And I'm not counting Dota in the moment
Right, sure.
because I'm
For
not
those-
thinking like the online.
Right. Yeah,
Like those.
for those who are unaware, I have next wait. Yeah, I have 4,500 hours in Dota.
Yeah.
I spent a year and a half developing an amateur league, and I've competed in amateur Dota tournaments and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
my
so that would be
favorite
the
game
go-to
is Dota.
answer. Yeah.
And this is where it gets hard because a lot of my favorite games are like competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
But
I guess you're the wrong person to ask.
yeah, but I still have some story-based games that I absolutely love. For example, Skyrim's incredible, but
Yes, I want Skyrim more often. I've played it a couple times, but I've never.
it's super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I like stealing shit.
Let's see. Super Mario Odyssey and
Oh.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, which are newer games.
Mhm.
They're super good. Tetris is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yes.
As of today, I just placed second in a Tetris tournament.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Talking to celebrities over here.
It was a very local tournament, but it was
Yeah.
fun.
I was
um,
first.
What? Oh, yeah, when I make it big for Tetris.
Yeah, you were
the
second. I
first
was
one.
first.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying, like, when you get big, I was the first one here.
No, no. Like in the tournament, you were second. I was first.
Right, yeah. What's a
Except-
T-spin?
It's when a T spins,
And?
lands
Where?
in the middle.
Nice. Let's see. Earthbound
I
is
don't know
super
it.
good. These are the old titles. I had this like time where I went back and replayed games that I missed because I was too young. So like I was born in 98 and a lot of the like early Nintendo games are super good.
Mhm.
Things like Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda on NES. Earthbound was an SNES title, and it's about a kid who. I think you'd love this game, man. It's a kid who just sort of like wanders into a bee, and then the bee says, "Hey, I'm from space. Here's some special powers," and you spend the rest of the game wandering around fighting aliens and also like school bullies and like motorcycle gangs and crooked cops and also like the Guardians of the Universe and shit like that.
I love this.
It's the most like whatever game that exists.
That's dope.
But yeah, there's that. One of my favorite games of all time is Punch Out, which is an NES title where you play as a boxer who boxes against people, and eventually Mike Tyson and Donkey Kong.
Cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the Sonic games are good. What was your question? Just what my favorite games were?
Yeah, like what your favorite games were? Because I was trying to think of mine, and I've got ones I like, but then I have like a longer list of ones I'd like to actually get into, and then I had another question.
Sure. So, not including Dota, I would have to say, just to like narrow it down, my favorite game, probably, I'm gonna make it a series. I'm gonna say the Pokemon series.
Okay, like the like an older one or the one I saw you play.
I'm gonna just narrow it down to the full series. Like
Okay, that's safe.
the Pokemon series is one of my favorite series,
Mm-hmm.
and I love all of the games. I very much intend to go back and play it.
So
So yeah, I would say the Pokemon series is my favorite game. It's the one that I was most hyped for seeing it come out with Sword and Shield. So yeah, I'd go with that.
cool. I think you know what mine is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Nicopara, volumes 1 through 3, probably.
Yes, I love the gameplay of
Yep,
that.
the visuals are incredible, right?
Yeah.
Right, and the interaction, the choices you can make, and the decisions.
Yes.
What do you think about the animals?
I love animals.
Oh.
Was that the
Oh.
one? Did you get me? Because there aren't animals in it.
Oh, I've gotten you with all of these, man.
Does it not even exist? Is this not even a real game?
Nicopara is it's a visual novel where you fuck cats.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No, you are not serious.
Google it.
I'm not gonna Google that.
Neko is cat and para
Oh
is
my
I don't know, but it's a thing.
Why is that a thing?
Man, anime's weird.
That's not that's beyond weird. Like One Punch Man is a little weird.
Mm.
I like One Punch Man, but like no. Okay, no. My favorite game is Ark, and I'm not
Yes.
well versed in video games, but I like playing Ark. I like Skyrim. I don't play games the way people play games though. I turn off all of the things that make it like the whole point of playing. I just want to explore and collect shit.
Right.
But the games that I would like to play, I would like to play Skyrim the way it's supposed to be played.
Sure.
I would love to play Cuphead eventually.
Yes,
because
that's
just
a fun game.
my biggest draw to that is just the art style and the story. Like not the story in the game, the guys who made it. Like I would love to support that and play that game.
Right. You know, it's like one of the hardest games that
Yes.
is out
Yeah.
there.
I
Cool.
don't foresee myself ever actually beating it, but I'd like to have it and play it at some point.
Sure.
I'd like to play Little Nightmares. I've watched it all the way
Mhm.
through. I think it was Markiplier. I watched him play Little Nightmares, and that looked really cool.
The sequel's out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I want to play that. And then I think you showed me a game that was like open world, exploratory, kind of either watery or spacey or both.
Subnautica.
Subnautica.
Yeah, very good game.
I want to play Zoo City.
Planet Zoo.
Planet Zoo
Yep.
because of the Let's Game It Out guy. There was another one that I was thinking of, and it was I want to play Mortal Kombat because
Really?
it's because like I'm seeing now more and more, especially because the movie just came out. There's a lot of characters in it. It looks cool. It's got a bunch of colorful characters that all have different powers, and that's like right up my alley. And I just feel
think
like
you'd hate it.
you really think I hate it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's
It's just fighting, right?
I mean, yes, it's just fighting. It's 2D. So
Mhm.
it's like you're standing across from somebody else and you can't go anywhere.
That already sounds kind of boring.
And all of the unique powers,
Yeah.
you have to hit like 3 or 4 button combos within a quarter of a second to use them.
Well, that dwindled very quickly. I'd like to learn about the lore of the worlds, maybe.
I think that's a little bit more up your alley.
Yeah, I would like to play maybe some of the the Arkham games,
Okay, yeah,
and
the Arkham
for
games.
sure the Sony Spider-Man games someday. And then my follow-up question was, are there any games that you know of that you think I'd like beyond the Subnautica thing? Because you know what I like.
Yeah, so open world games that have less of an emphasis on like combat or anything like that and more on exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a newer one that came out called Grounded that I think you would
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. It's about a group of kids in the 80s. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
Ooh.
but it's survival
Ooh.
adventure.
Oh, I like that
So
already.
you have to go around and find mushrooms to eat. You have to kill like small insects to eat them. But you can also like bundle them up, and you can build houses out of blades of grass and stuff like that. And the
Sweet.
whole game is exploring how to or how you got shrunk and how to get big again.
I love it. I love it so much.
Um, let's see.
Did you see at all that, like, so there's now a game, it's kind of like Ark, except you play as dinosaurs?
I know there's some like competitive games like that.
I think that looks cool because you
hmm
gotta run from predators and shit. But yeah, what else you got? You got anything else that you think might be right up my very limited alley?
Yeah, I mean, hmm. There's No Man's Sky. I think you would have a fucking time and a half with.
Now, which is that?
That is a space game where you are plopped onto a planet, and the whole game is going around and scanning procedurally generated plants and animals.
Yeah, is that what's that on?
A computer,
Ah,
and it's in VR.
ooh.
So we'll stick you in at some point.
Yeah. I'm so confused in the game world. I have a PS4 now. I don't have it
Mhm.
with me,
Oh, yeah,
but
it's
I
also on PS4.
oh it is okay cool
Yeah,
then yeah then sweet because I don't even know what all I can play on that. I
yeah.
play Ark on it. I've played Skyrim on it, but I don't know. I know there's like weird beef between the PlayStation and the Xbox peoples. I don't give a shit. I've played both. I
Nowadays,
kind of I
it's
kind of
whatever.
liked the controls on Xbox a little more,
hmm
just a little more. Um, but that's just because I think I played it first, so my muscle memory is there.
Right. Nowadays, it's whatever. People don't really care anymore.
Really? Okay, because I
Yeah.
remember be like when other ones would come out or whatever, the internet would just be like, well, this was better than this one because of this, and you can't play this on that. And it's like, who cares? I
Yeah.
mean, I know people care.
Now it's kind of the same. It's like now it's more like what car do you drive? Like the people have their favorites and whatever, but it doesn't matter. So whatever.
Cool. Gonna have to get me some games.
Hell yeah.
That'll have to be a podcast episode. Is we'll play a game.
We're not starting a gaming channel.
No, it's only been we want one episode, like
We'll
Cuphead
see.
or something.
We'll see.
I think it'd be fun, especially if we were like trying to kill each other in Ark or something.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun. Have to track you
Uh,
down and kill you. Like that
sure.
story. That story. You ever have to read that story in school? Where like that guy ended up on an island and there's a hunter and he's got like a day to escape or something.
Oh, like what's that called? Most Dangerous Game?
Is that what it's called?
Sounds right.
Something like that. It'd be fun to replicate that on Ark. If you got two people in there and it was closed and it was just you and the animals and you're loaded up with weapons. The other guy isn't. He's just gotta survive. He's gotta survive a night.
Most Dangerous Game published The Hounds of Zaroff is a short story. Story features a big game hunter of New York City who falls off a yacht and swims to what seems to be an abandoned island isolated in the Caribbean. He is then hunted by a Russian aristocrat.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yep.
We should do that on Ark someday, and I will track you down with all of my game knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Probably kill me with a stick.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd have a very good time with that. But I'm down.
Probably would. Yeah, we should do it.
There's a new game that I found that you would absolutely adore.
Okay.
It's called Hypercharge Unboxed.
Okay.
And it's a tower defense game, but it's a first person shooter as well. So
Yeah.
tower defense is you build stuff to protect like a base.
Hmm.
And in this, most of the time tower defense is like you build stuff and rows of enemies come and your towers just shoot the enemies. Super
Right.
fun games. It's the balloons tower defense you might have heard of.
Hmm.
There's monkeys who throw darts at balloons.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's that kind of game, but it's a first-person shooter. And you play. Once we're done recording this podcast, I'm going to stream some of this game for you.
Cool.
You play as a toy, and you're in like a toy store, a bedroom, a garage, an attic, whatever. And the invading armies are all toys. So there's robots, there's Beyblades, there's army men,
Ooh.
and you have to fight off them as they're trying to attack your base. And your base has like shields,
Hmm.
and the way you recharge the shields is you actually go and find like a Duracell battery and carry it around and plug it into the shields to charge them up
That's
again.
super cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's super fun.
This is a good list of games to look into. I think I want to start with the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or the planet hopping one. I think for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah,
Those sound like. Yeah, I like this stuff. Good games. Cool.
absolutely. Also, Minecraft, I think you'd have a time with.
Really? I've always felt like I wouldn't like Minecraft. I don't like the style of it. But it's all building, which is shit I like to do.
Yeah, you get over it real quick. The style of it, you get over it real quick because the whole game is walking around collecting stuff, getting some animals, building a base, and that's it.
Yeah, that does sound like something I'd like.
Yeah.
I've always just been repelled by Minecraft's style.
That's something we could play together.
Oh, that actually sounds really appealing.
Yeah.
All right. It broke me. It only took 24 years, but I'm
You-
open to Minecraft.
You'd love it. I really do think so.
A part of it as well, which is the kind of people who I knew in high school and middle school who played Minecraft. As like, you're kind of a
Yeah, there is a Minecraft kind of people, but I mean, I'll be real, like I'm not, this is a blanket statement. Pretty much every video game player has Minecraft, and every couple years they all go back and just start a server with their friends, hang out, build, whatever.
well, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
play
the kinda-
Minecraft.
It's the kind of thing where like doing stuff that doesn't matter is encouraged. Because like building a cool base, like in my last playthrough, I built an entire town with nobody to live in it.
Mhm.
And like fireplaces and patios and stuff like that. None of it worked, but I like to build it, so I built.
Now, can you not do the same exact thing with The Sims though?
It's different.
Because they
'Cause-
have like people to take care of and
Well,
like that.
Sort of that. The other aspect of it is you can't go anywhere in The Sims. In Minecraft, you think like, I want to go to the desert, and you go to the desert. I want to go to the Arctic, there you go. I want to go roll around the bamboo forest with a polar bear. On your way.
Wow. All right, I'm open to it.
Yep, you'll love it.
All right, I think we're at the point where we can have a closing topic.
You give me one. Give me a good one. Or do we want to do rapid fire again? That was fun.
Or are you
We'll
just
go back
gonna
and
ask
forth.
him? Okay.
We're gonna ask. I'll ask a question. We'll both answer it, and then you ask a question.
Oh shit! I gotta try and not get too caught up in the questions.
I'll start.
Okay.
If the Hulk was a different color, what would he be?
Gray.
Gray?
Well, that's what he was.
No, like different than we've seen before.
Oh.
Or not. What would he be? What would you like to see?
I would like to see the skin get so stretched it's translucent, so it's just muscles.
Ew. That's really cool. Like that's almost Attack on Titan with the Colossal Titan.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's still there, it's still bulletproof and all that, but like it just gets stretched.
I was just gonna say orange, but I like that answer. I'm gonna change it.
Cool. Favorite live action Joker?
Easily from the 2019 Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. You?
I like that, but I still there's something I love Heath Ledger's performance.
It's
Just
very good.
it's so good.
It's
And
very
like
good.
his look without the coat, like the vest, the rolled up sleeves, you can
Mhm.
still see paint on his fingers, like the makeup's messed up. I think it's fantastic.
Cool. Um, you have to drop a non-Star Wars character in. We're gonna change that. No, we're not. You have to drop a non-Star Wars character into the Star Wars universe. Who gets used to it the quickest?
Who gets used to it?
Who thrives the quickest?
Star-Lord.
That's a yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely
He
correct.
probably wouldn't even notice.
Yeah,
Like almost anyone from Guardians of the Galaxy, but like especially Star-Lord.
especially Star-Lord. That's
because
a good one.
with with the other Guardians, those aliens may not exist, but humans do exist. So Star-Lord.
Cool. Yeah, I like that answer a lot.
What were you gonna say?
I didn't have an answer yet.
It's rapid fire.
I know. I'm gonna go Kirby
Oh
because he's
my
on my mind and he doesn't care where he is.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my turn.
Yes, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. So, you know that cool poster you got me of the Universal monsters?
Yeah, they're all playing cards.
Yes, of those guys, which one is your favorite? So that's Frankenstein, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, I believe, the Phantom of the Opera, and the Invisible Man.
Dude, this is biased. Biased as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's Creature.
Yeah, I was almost going to say that, but for me, it's Invisible Man.
Yeah, especially in that poster. Invisible Man's awesome in that poster.
Yeah.
Because he's like half wrapped up and you have the sunglasses on.
And his movie was so good. Like, I was not expecting the classic to be as good as it was when we watched it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. From the Avatar bending styles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think would be a cool one to see that doesn't already exist? Something that doesn't fit in one of the elements.
Have they ever, while it was raining, a waterbender froze the water as it's falling?
Yeah, you watched Avatar, right?
Yeah, but I only watched it once, so it's not as
Sure.
ingrained.
Yeah. When Katara is fighting Hana, the Bloodbender, they're in the middle of a rainstorm, and she holds all the water in the middle of the rain, makes a dome.
I remember that, but like, I don't mean freezes and hold in place. I mean like ice, like as it like basically
freezes it.
Yeah, to like make hail. I know they freeze it. They make ice all the time, but like as it's raining, do they turn it into like little ice shards and make them fall on people? Has anyone ever done that?
I think the closest is Master Paku in the first season, where he like throws water into the air and then makes it icicles. But it's not like during a rain, no.
Okay, then I would want to see someone take the existing rain and turn it into falling icicles.
Cool.
Or, because like when you see a cloud up there, before it gets cold gradually and it rains, what if they just tried to freeze a bunch of waterbenders froze like the whole thing, thus making a glacier fall out of the sky.
Ooh, that's cool. Cloud bending.
Right?
Yeah, I'm into that. That's rad. I want to say light bending.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's something that I don't know if it would be like an outstretch of fire bending or something, but yeah. Or maybe it's like a different air bending because you're just changing the refraction of the light in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so up until recently, the MCU has been predominantly filled with characters who get their abilities through really cool specialized suits.
Yep.
If you could combine two suits, which would you combine?
Specifically from
the MCU specifically.
Vulture and Ant-Man.
Ooh, that's a good one. I was thinking Black Panther and Ant-Man to have a vibranium shrink-a-dink suit. Would be really cool. I'd be even more protected.
Can I change that?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the what's his name? Whiplash? Is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Whiplash and the Wasp. Because the Wasp is just a
Ooh,
combination of Ant-Man and a flying one. It just
yeah,
can't fly when it's big. So
that's
yeah, like
cool.
yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right, cool.
Two more?
Yeah, I mean we've got time.
Okay. Then we'll keep fucking going.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever. What is a power or a power set or even like an aspect of a power? What is something that is very rarely played on that you would like to see played more? I'll give an example to to help explain my question.
Okay.
Um, I really like the idea of shadow magic, and it's not a super common like type of magic.
Ah.
Naruto did it with Shikamaru. He could take control of people's shadows, which let him take control of them and sort of puppet them around.
Ooh, ooh,
But
ooh,
there's not a
ew.
lot of like shadow magic outside of that, and maybe like Princess and the Frog, or there's some in Adventure Time, I think. But yeah,
I like that. That is really dope and creepy and ugh. I feel like it'd be something cool if Raven did that because she
yeah,
messes with like dark magic and shadows and such. I don't think she ever has. If she has, I have no clue. But it'd be cool if she did. For me, it's more subtle animal powers.
okay,
So like I have always thought it'd be cool if someone just had all of the abilities of animals with or without the transformation aspect.
sort of
And
like
we get
Cheetah.
kind of, yeah, like I mean we get little bits and pieces of it here and there. Like Wolverine and characters like him, they have enhanced senses because they're
Hmm.
like more animalistic. And then Spider-Man's lizard, he can regrow limbs and shit.
Right.
But I've always thought I've thought this was cool since Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and the first Amazing Spider-Man said about the cross species genetics thing. The zebrafish has the ability to reproduce brain cells or whatever at will. If you give that ability to a person, they could heal brain injuries and dementia and such. And I was like, what if you just took the abilities of animals? You become immune to toxins. You can
Yeah,
produce
just
toxins.
Animal Man.
Right, like if you can make your skin as tough as pangolin scales. You can see like an actual you'd have actual hawk eyes. You and then like the tardigrade is the smallest like official animal thing before it starts turning into something else. And they can like survive in outer space and extreme radiation. Like all you gotta do is give that ability to
Isn't
someone and then like that's so cool and it's that's really not explored is the subtle things that animals can do. We have Vixen and we have Wanna
right?
Beast and Beast Boy and they get the cool big showy features, the wings, the claws, the horns, the crawling on walls, like but like so spiders in the fictional universe have like maybe the precognition spider sense, so Spider-Man has that, but we really don't get that with other animal-based super people.
Isn't that
Like what
kind
if
of
what if
just
you what if you glowed under a black light because you have the abilities of a scorpion and scorpions glow under a black light, like stuff that you're not even aware is there.
isn't that kind of like the X-Men character? What's his name? The one that
uh
can just adapt to any situation.
not exactly. They make it look like that in the movie, but the way his powers actually work are way more ridiculous. In the movie it's very much it's like he's picking what to do and he grows scales and all and he can grow gills, but his powers he has no control over them in the comics. It is completely situational based. And so at one point he walks out to fight a big muscly guy thinking his powers will give him whatever adaptation he needs to fight. But the powers actually operate in a survival mode. So what he does is he evolves the ability to teleport and he just leaves. And he didn't mean to do that. And at one point he went up against I think he went up against Hela or someone like that who is a goddess of death and can't be matched. So his powers evolved into making him a god of death. Like so something the only thing that this other character can't affect.
Hmm.
So while he's fantastic and amazing, the film did not do him justice. But I guess what the thing I'm trying to explain is more in line kind of like what he does in that movie. It's just they fucked that up, so that wasn't supposed to be what he does.
Cool. Good lightning round.
Yeah, that was a lot, that last one.
Yeah, so much for a lightning answer.
It's it's one of those thunderstorms where it rumbles in the background.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, Andrew. This episode sucked.
I think it was great.
Really?
I mean, it just kind of flowed fairly naturally.
I don't know. I think
to the next.
we'll have to I mean, we're gonna post it. I don't care. But
It's probably not as funny.
yeah, that doesn't. We didn't laugh. There was no fun.
Yeah, I mean the opening was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But then we just started talking about stuff.
There's nothing in there, man. There's no meat on this cow.
It's a vegetarian burger.
Welcome to our vegetarian episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.
I'm sure they loved it.
I'm sure.
About to work on some meat in other videos where it's like we should talk about controversial topics.
No, we should not. That's the worst idea. No.
Okay, well what do we do to get some meat?
We just be better at this.
But we're not good at anything.
We were hilarious last night when we weren't recording.
True.
Let's just be better. Let's just be funnier.
Well,
be
okay,
more
you're the one.
entertaining.
Okay, this is what happens when we let you pick the topics. Because
exactly.
They're just
And
worth
you're
talking
the one,
about. And we
you're
just
the
ended
one
up
who
chatting.
pressures me to do it.
I did not pressure you. It was like one question.
What?
What?
Are you sure about that?
I don't think. Did I pressure you? If I did,
I'm gonna put my
apologize.
list of questions away, and we're gonna do an episode about you today.
That wasn't pressure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe it was a little pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Our social medias are tagged below.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Social medias are down there. Are you gonna talk about your channel yet, or no?
I mean, it'd be cool if by the time this was posted, that one video would be out.
We can
which
push it off
is-
till next week.
This is very possible.
We can wait one more. That's fine.
I mean,
It gives you some extra time if you want.
it's true. I mean, if I record tomorrow and spend time editing it, it's very possible I can post the first one next week.
It's up to you. This is your time to talk about it.
Yeah. But I'm not very well affected by peer pressure, so even if I say it's going to be up there, it's not going to motivate me. So it's very possible that the video is out there. If it is, we'll link it. If there's nothing linked, do the math.
And for those who are confused about what we're talking about, Andrew's starting a movie channel.
Yes, been talking about it since the first episode, and I've just been kind of dragging my feet.
And it's finally happening. I think at one point we said that we thought it would be in the motions by the beginning of June. And
Yeah.
we are actually ahead of that.
Yeah, we are. We're doing it.
Wild. And yeah, I have Dallon's Tavern, and I will eventually get content posted of that again.
Yeah, and we're going to get some cool stuff up on TikTok soon.
Yeah.
As soon as I put the work in and figure out how to do it.
A lot of fun things coming.
Yeah. And as always, if there's a topic you want us to discuss, let us know.
Send it somewhere. We'll see it.
Somewhere. Twitter, Instagram,
Twitter.
here.
TikTok, whatever.
Just
call us.
Ask us questions.
We'll put a phone number
that,
on the screen.
Well, we don't need to do that.
Put Andrew's personal phone number.
You don't even know my phone number.
Here's his social security number, too.
I don't even know that.
You oughta get on that.
I mean, I carry it around on a piece of paper.
That's very dangerous.
Well, see, I memorized it backwards. No, I don't. I need to get on memorizing it correctly.
It's like...
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I think they're gone.